We've been thinking today about journeys, and we just heard the story of the Good Samaritan from St. Luke's Gospel. A story about a journey, someone travelling from Jerusalem to Jericho who was set upon. Now, when we hear that story, usually we often focus on the love that was shown by the stranger who helped the injured man, despite all the risks to himself and the fact he might not be made welcome. But today I'd like us to think about the traveller who was set upon and really ask the question, had he truly prepared for that journey? Had he done his risk assessment, we would say in modern parlance? That was a dangerous journey in those days. He must have had a really strong requirement to undertake that dangerous journey without waiting for support from others. And it made me think whether we prepare ourselves for our journeys. Whenever I go out on a bicycle ride, there are things that I take with me to guard against problems. First of all, we put on a helmet to protect our head in the event of accidents. And then there's all the things that I take in my saddlebag. Now, I know whenever you see a bag, you really like to see what's inside it. So I'll show you a few of the things that I take with me on our journeys. First of all, we always take some water, something to have a drink along the way. And often in the saddlebag, if we're going out for a longish period, we'll find that we take some snacks with us. We need to know where we're going. I usually take a map with me. I know these days we all have our mobile phones that we can follow, but really I quite like to see it on a piece of paper. Then, of course, we have our wet weather gear. You never know in the UK quite what the weather's going to be, so we need to be prepared for all things. Then there's the possibility, of course, on a bicycle we might have a puncture, so we have our little toolkit and a replacement inner tube if necessary. And of course, on those glorious summer days when it's nice and warm, we need to take some sun cream as well and keep applying it. Of course, we need to keep our bike serviced so it's prepared, so that we hope it won't go wrong. And then if we're going to do a long trip, of course, we need to get in training first of all. I found there's no way you can get on a bike and simply ride for 50 or 60 miles each day without building up to it. We do our training. We keep ourselves prepared. We take our precautions. But how well do we prepare for our journeys through life? Do we continue to keep learning about God through our reading of the Bible? Do we keep ourselves close to Jesus so that we can keep on track? Do we share in fellowship with each other, both to learn from others and also to share what we have come to learn in our lives? When lockdown ends, I'm sure we've all got many journeys planned. But let us not forget that as we travel, we also need to keep our faith alive. We prepare for our physical journeys. Let us keep ourselves prepared for our spiritual journey through life. Amen.